What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Civilization V AI only world battle with the historic spawn dates mod. A lot is going down since last video started, and now it looks like the Mayans, if they can get a melee unit round here somehow, are going to probably fully take out the Incans. They're definitely going to take this city as soon as they can get a unit over here. It doesn't look like they have any right now, but it looks like they're going to get the capital as well. It looks like this is probably the end for the Inca. Now, what was the other big thing? Rome took Constantinople, which makes Europe and this sort of Middle Eastern region even more complicated. So, wow, okay, this is a big one. Babylon versus Greece. Obviously, France and Greece just declared war on Portugal, but I don't think anything will come from that. But this is a big war. Because Greece, Babylon, if they had a coastal city, they'd definitely be in with a shot here. If Rome help out, maybe, but I think even someone like Babylon, without the ability to have any of a navy in the Mediterranean, they're gonna struggle. Although, if they got these 6 great war bombers up here, I mean, they've got another, wow, that's 8 great war bombers. If they put them in Babylon and, you know, they have the range, then they could definitely do some damage. And Assyria has followed Babylon and Persia and the others with autocracy. An interesting period appearing. Yes, I'm going to mention them again. For the Romans, it's going to see if the African civs actually try to fight for this land that they probably think belongs to them, not someone from Europe. But anyway, wait, Russia, I don't know, Russia and Korea. It's just last video we looked in the info addicts, we saw what they were doing tech wise, and they really surprised me. Korea are very good, you can't write them off, although China is probably going to become a little bit stronger than them in the future. I don't think they'll take out Korea though, because they are so well prepared, although they need to upgrade these units. And the same, Russia, much better than expected. And seeing them now, you know, they're ahead of Denmark and France. I wouldn't have thought that would be the case, or Spain, or even the Celts. So Russia actually doing very well up here, just doing their own thing. They're pretty safe, because even against India, I think they'd be alright with these lakes and their cannon units, although India's got a lot of artillery. But India, of course, got to worry about China now in the east, Persia to the south, Assyria, Babylon. India bordered technically all the big nations in this game, so they've got to be careful, although obviously not directly Babylon. But like I said, without Rome's help, Babylon are probably going to struggle here, no matter how strong they are, because the AI is not very good at naval invasions. And Ethiopia may be eyeing up this southern city here. It'd be really risky from Ethiopia, but if they were to pull it off, I think they'd instantly win the campaign if they took that city from Babylon, which would give them pretty much all of modern-day Egypt with it as well. So that'd be a pretty big pickup for Ethiopia. They probably won't get it though. And Gades, the Carthaginian city, actually survived the Zulu attack, so the Zulu not doing so good. Said, how are the Mayans? They need to get a melee unit around here. I can imagine Brazil sneaking in, just stealing it. It's possible. They're using their planes down here. They want to be using their planes on the capital, so then they can use this road to come and take them out fully, and then we'll have a pretty unified South America, other than Brazil being here. And that could very quickly lead to one or the other. Aztecs probably taking out the Mayans completely as well. But the Aztecs have got a 4th settler now crossing the Pacific for Australia. So this is just going to be solidifying the Aztecs, I feel, as #1 in the world. No one's catching them, but at the same time, I don't think they'll get involved with Asia or Europe. You know, they're not going to get in China's way if China want to do what they want, or Persia. They're just going to sit there, and maybe the Mayans are probably the only biggish civ who are worried about the Aztecs at all. Maybe Portugal, Spain, maybe just across the Atlantic, but America and the Iroquois obviously have got the biggest fears, I'd presume. It looks like the Aztecs may have a little army here going for the Iroquois at some point in the near future. Siam, we still have all these little 3-city civs in the Pacific. Indonesia, Siam, Polynesia, Japan and Korea, all just sort of sitting there just below what you'd say is wow, Babylon. Okay, don't listen to anything I say. How did Babylon get an ironclad? How did they get it through? What? Did they go all the way round? Like, how'd they get that unit over here? They must have gone all the way around. I'm pretty sure. No, there's an Aztec caravel pretty stuck in here. But there we go. Babylon takes Sparta. So Greece just down to Athens. I know a few people picked Greece to win. Well, then they've not had a good game like they did in the Europe version. And it looks like I think Rome might be eyeing them up. It might be a little bit harder for Babylon to take Athens. But there'll be definitely some people that want this city. It'll be a big thing for Rome or Babylon to have. I mean, for Babylon, this now means they can finally build boats in the Mediterranean. For Rome, it would be a chance to get closer to connecting their empire. But this is also bad news for Rome, because they can no longer could have just taken out Greece to connect to Constantinople. Now they'll have to go for Assyria and Greece, as it stands, to reconnect. Look at Russia, just have this one tile in the Adriatic Sea. It's pretty crazy. And Assyria are only going to be getting stronger as well for Rome to fight them, because they've now picked up Warsaw, the former Polish capital, which is going to give them a bit of strength up here. But all of Rome's air force appears to be here for defending it. Defending Constantinople, that is. Come on, France and Denmark, please. I want to see France versus Denmark. Like, if this campaign is going to go on for however long, I think we'll probably go to turn 450, then these guys have to go to war at some point in the future. Come on, France. Come on, Denmark. Sweden are going to be very quiet now since they lost Warsaw. Don't know whether they won't fancy a war with Denmark or France or Russia, so I don't know what they're going to do next. I mean, the Celts as well are not who they want to be going after. How is this going? This is going poorly for the Mayans, which is not good news, because the Aztecs have got a very strong Pacific navy. So it would be the Atlantic where most of the Mayan coastal cities are actually located. They only have 3 in the north, but still. Persia, I don't know what they're doing. They're very spread out. They do not have many. Oh look, Siam is going after this Danish city. And I think next turn that will fall to Siam, which is actually a big risk for Siam, because if they take this, that's even more reason for Persia to maybe take them out as well. And you don't want to be annoying Persia in this game. They're probably in the lead right now. If you had to say, is that until the Aztecs fully catch up tech-wise, you'd say Persia is sort of the strongest civ. How are Babylon? Babylon are going for Athens. I don't know. I guess their planes are doing most of the work. That's how it's in the yellow. But this is going to be tough. Like, artillery, they should put these artillery maybe on the islands and then fire over. That might help. But this is going to get really messed up with Babylon now gaining a lot of power as well. Obviously, I thought at least Persia probably got past Babylon now after they took out Arabia. Are Siam going to have any luck? I don't think they've had their turn just yet. Also, I wonder if Spain will hold on to this island. Will the Aztecs ever go for it? Who's attacked? Why were they healing? Who are you fighting? Am I missing something? No, I think they're just moving around. Wow, I can't believe America and the Iroquois are still around. I'm surprised they haven't been taken out completely, but they can do what they want, the Aztecs. They don't have any cities technically on the Atlantic, I guess. This one's more Gulf of Mexico-y facing, so that's like their only one other than this. Obviously they got their Caribbean cities as well, but along the east coast they don't have too many. And Washington would be a pretty nice one for them to take. Obviously you saw in My America single player campaign, we did very well. We took all this stuff. Obviously we didn't do as well as the Aztecs are doing right now. However, there was more mods in there, so I have an excuse. And yeah, Korea are looking much stronger than I was expecting. If they upgraded their turtle ships to a more up-to-date unit, then they're definitely not going to get destroyed. And they could definitely go after Japan at some point. China are very limited on options. That is their problem. Because like I said, Korea would be a very hard war, especially to take with this navy, for them to take the Korean capital, and this city is well defended by mountains. Maybe they'd grab this city, which would split Korea in half and create North and South Korea, but still, it would be really difficult for China. Japan, it's just they don't have a big enough navy, and it's too smaller sort of open borders. Persia is not really an option for them, I don't think, and India again are still very strong. And it would, they'd lose pretty much. They'd have to give up a lot of units, sacrifice a lot of units to have any success, really. Carthage, what are you doing, Carthage? You're very small. You shouldn't really be declaring war on anyone. But you want to declare war on Polynesia? Oh, that's okay. I mean, Polynesia aren't going to do anything, and you're not going to do anything to them. Are the Mayans going to get the job done? It doesn't look like it. I think they're just going to keep bombing this city and not go after it. And they're going to lose a lot of units going for the capital here of the Inca, who will probably survive. Russia, come on. Let's do something, Russia. Russia don't have many options either. They can go for Assyria, who are reinforcing now in Warsaw, which isn't good news. It could maybe go for Sweden, actually. And there we go, Siam, grabbing this city in the southern tip of India and in parts of Sri Lanka. They'll eventually get this wonder. Could be a big turning point for Siam. I don't know where they'd go next, but you never know. How is Africa looking? There's no Congo here as there is in my campaign. There's where Gades is actually where my capital pretty much is. I think it's on this hill tile in the Congo campaign. So that's pretty awesome. Wait, am I being an idiot? You may not know. There's a Congo campaign coming out, or is out. Wait, I don't know. I really don't know now. Wait, no, Saturday, it came out. Oh yeah, it's been out a few days, I'm pretty sure, when you've seen this. It may not have been. Yeah, no, maybe, possibly, maybe episode 1. Something like that. There's a new Civ 5 Let's Play as Congo. If it's not started, it will be about to start, but I'm pretty sure it's at least 1 episode in. So that's pretty cool, and it's really awesome how packed Africa is, so heads up. If you like single player Let's Plays, you'll probably love that one. Ah, the Sonai finally having some success against Morocco because of that advanced tech level, and there we go. Babylon take Athens. Now they have a very big border with the Romans, even bigger than it already was. And they can finally build a navy in the Mediterranean. So Rome's only option now is to take what would really be Constantinople, to connect to Constantinople. That's their only option, really. But Russian tiles are going to be these Russian tiles would make that very difficult, and now they can't go through Greece either. Although they've got units here that would be able to help against Assyria. But then there's all the Assyrian units that are here as well. They'd probably end up losing Constantinople just to gain this city, and it may not be worth it. May not be worth it. Syria, I can't believe they came back. They lost a lot, and then obviously everyone turned their eyes on Greece, and now finally the Greeks are gone. But whatever. Okay, let's focus in on, while I know the Mayans are not any closer just yet, let's focus in on the Songhai here, going after the Moroccans. The Songhai could be a late game surprise as well. You know, they've taken already this city, Fez, and they took obviously this city from Greece a while back. So this would be pretty big, especially 17 population. That's quite a nice city. And with this artillery as well, that is something the Moroccans can just not defend against. They've only just got riflemen by the look of it from musketmen. Looks like the Songhai could take another city here, and they could possibly, if they build a few more units, they could definitely consider going all the way and just eliminating Morocco. And then Portugal would have worries. Rome would have another threat from their west, and they could go for Carthage as well after that. There we go, Rabat is into the red. And looks like the Mayans are finally going to get something done. But other than that, it's all very quiet. I think the 4th Aztec settler is... Oh, yep, it arrived and it's heading for sort of southwest Australia. So this is big. This is a lot of resources, a lot of land that the Aztecs now control. And it's going to mean they've got an even bigger interest in what's going on in the Pacific, whether that be a war with Polynesia, Japan, someone. Because they have definitely got a huge navy. I said they needed to build one quite a few videos back, and they have built one, pretty big one. They haven't got much out here, to be fair, in the Atlantic. It's kind of, it must be scary for the Mayans, like, leader, considering they're right next, their capital is the nearest city to the scariest threat. And look, I mean, half their people from their capital are actually in the Aztecs' territory. How does that work? It's literally a border town, so that's pretty cool. How did the Aztecs get this tile? Surely that would have been the Mayans when they first settled the city. Actually, wait. No, that is one thing. Yeah, because the Mayans were there first. I don't know, and there's not like there's a citadel here. So that's kind of weird. Whatever. Okay, here we go. Boom. Is this it? The Moroccans did fight back, but with all the artillery, one of these Great War Infantry should be able to get the job done, I feel. Oh, they did not quite get it done. One more turn, the Songhai are going to have to wait to get their hands on Rabat and a big bit of land that I presume will come with it as well, which will really help their empire. And it takes their capital, which is also one of those border towns that I was talking about. Is there any more cities along borders? They look kind of cool when you look at them, so we need to look for some cities along the border. Are there any more? Any other countries with one? Civ's countries. Constantinople is technically on the border, but it's very small. It doesn't look like it. There's a little bit of space between Babylon and Azure, the Assyrian capital. None of those cities are. Doesn't look like it. But that was a pretty cool thing we saw. Whoa, there was a big mess going on off of the city of Gades. Oh, wow, Darius has completed the Apollo program. Am I missing? Have I forgotten something? Because doesn't the Apollo program come after the Manhattan Project? Am I wrong in thinking that I can't see uranium on the map? I haven't turned it on. Hang on. Boom. Technology tree. So here is where Persia are, so they could technically have atomic bombs and should have the Manhattan Project. Have we seen Civs get Manhattan Projects and I just completely blanked on it? I don't think we have. I don't know. Maybe we have. Oh, and Rome did somehow manage to get this tile and connect their colonies all up in a big line. It's kind of sad that Rome are the most powerful civ in Africa when they're not even from Africa. Well, I guess the Songhai are about to change that. So yeah, maybe Persia, maybe this is a peaceful world, but I mean, as soon as someone gets a nuke, we'll know about it. We'll be able to flick over. But no one's got an actual atomic bomb built yet, so that's what we know. And there we go, the Songhai have just taken Rabat, and a big bit of land came with it all the way up here as well. Morocco pretty in trouble now. Okay, I was quickly going to check this then. Technologies. Is anyone further ahead than Persia? No, Persia are 3 ahead. Okay. So if anyone would have nukes, it would be Persia, and they don't. So we'll keep our eyes out on Persia. Obviously, China are just behind. Korea must not have oil. If they don't have planes yet, but they have artillery. Oh, okay, so the Songhai's aggressive actions have not gone down well in the Middle Eastern powers. Babylon have declared war on them. That isn't going to matter. Babylon have got no way of getting over here unless they get open borders through Rome and they really commit to it. And again, Assyria doesn't matter, but they're both autocratic nations. That may see some of the other autocracy civs join in here. But this is probably a good time anyway for the Songhai to peace out. They're pretty low on units. And they could probably sell... Okay, Manhattan Project. Darius now has the Manhattan Project. So this will be a scary time for civs like Babylon, who will be right under Persia's firing line now that he's got the Manhattan Project. This is sure getting interesting. But that, guys, is going to be it for this video. Turn 394. We're going for 450. So it's probably 2, 3, 4 videos to go. So thank you so much for watching. As always, if you have enjoyed, please be sure to leave a like, leave a comment. If you are new here, please be sure to subscribe. Try help me reach 60 subscribers. That'd be awesome. 60. That is a lot more than I was hoping to get. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.